Okay, so let's get practical. Soft tissue mobilization can offer immense relief. Using a foam roller like this one, or mobility balls like these, you can gently target tight muscles around your back. Applying controlled pressure and movement can help release tension and improve blood flow. Now remember, it's about feeling good relief, not pain, okay? So I'm going to show you two of my favorite tools. I like this particular foam roller. It's called the IntelliRoller. I'll drop a link below this video. You can use a standard foam roller too. I also have these two mobility balls from Rad Roller. They're nice and soft, but they still offer some firm pressure, so they do the trick and they feel really great. So I'm going to start with talking about some muscles along your lower back, specifically the quadratus lumborum. Now they sit like little triangles across your lower back. I'm doing this because they're along your spine and they span out across your iliac crest there in the back of your pelvis. So one thing I like to do is take my hands, put them like this, make my thumbs kind of at 90-degree angles. I'm going to take my thumbs and push them into the sides of my lower back. Now I'm not going in the middle of my torso. I'm kind of towards the back third of my torso, pushing into the sides. I can feel the borders or the edges of my quadratus lumborum. I'm just going to call it QL from now on, okay? So we're going to try to target those tissues today with this mobility technique. So I'm going to take my foam roller. This particular one has the little indent in here, kind of can fit your waist in there, and it also has these ridges here that get in there a little bit better, just so you know if you get this one what to do with it. All right, so I'm going to have you kind of go sort of onto your side, not completely, kind of halfway between your side and your back. You're going to place your lower back in the middle of that indent or just across the flat roller. Now, I like to put my elbow down on the floor so I can kind of push through it and lift my butt up a little bit, and I'm just going to explore. I'm just going to roll back and forth, trying to sort of explore through this area and notice if I have any tenderness. If I find a spot, I might just stay there, hold it, maybe put my butt down and sink into it and just breathe. I also find it helpful to kind of go back and forth, trying to really isolate where you might have the most tension, and then just hold and breathe. Some people can like to kind of go back and forth a little bit. That's helpful too, whatever feels good for you, okay? So that's how I would use the foam roller for the quadratus lumborum. Now, I'm going to also show you with these mobility balls, you can achieve the same thing, and I'll show you from behind. We're going on the sides of our lower back, kind of right through this soft area, and I'm going to lay on my back with those beneath me, okay? So you can do one at a time, or you can do both sides at the same time. You just place those balls in the soft area there, and then what I like to do, you might have to play a little bit to try to find where you need them the most. You might have to shift the ball a little bit, and take the time to do this. Those muscles are relatively big. And then, when you think you're on a spot, you can take one of your legs, cross the ankle over the knee, and you can kind of move your body side to side like this to better isolate it. You can also bring one knee up and then the other and really press into those balls and kind of rock back and forth or side to side. The goal is to find out where you feel the most tenderness, the most tension, and then just relax and breathe and try to let your body release onto those tools. So those are just two ideas of soft tissue mobilization for the spine. Now, the QL are not the only muscles of the lower back that get tight. They all work synergistically together. So there's more that we can work on, but this is a really great place to start. Now let's focus on joint mobility or general movement. Here's an example. One of my favorite exercises is called the open book. We're going to tuck our knees up and slowly twist our upper body to one side. This will help improve the flexibility of your middle back, promoting better movement overall throughout your spine and reducing stiffness. Okay, so we're going to lay on our side. Obviously you can do this to both sides, but you're going to lay on your side and you're going to tuck your knees up. This is important. This locks out our lower back, so we are ensured that we're opening up our middle spine. Now you can have a pillow under your head, or you can rest your head down on your arm, whatever feels good to you. We're going to start with our top hand down on the floor, and we're going to twist, looking at our hands, rotating all the way across, opening up that book, and then closing it. Now, a couple things I want you to think about when you're opening up that book. Make sure the rotation is coming from your back. The goal is not how far can my arm reach back, it's how much can I twist through my spine. So think about your sternum or your breastbone reaching up towards the ceiling as you twist, okay? And when you move, let's think about our breath. Let's take a nice deep inhale, opening up that direction, exhaling when we relax, and then inhaling when we close. Okay, so let's try it together. Head down, hand down on the floor. When I twist, my head kind of falls towards the ground, and that's fine. Okay, so we're going to inhale up, opening up our sternum or our chest, exhaling at the end here, keeping our knees together. You can hang out here for a bit if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to close the book. And we're just going to kind of keep moving with our breath. Inhaling as we open. You can stay here for the exhale, or you can move back on the exhale. Whatever feels good for you. Try about 5 to one side and 5 to the other. Finally, let's explore some strengthening exercises that can provide relief to your lower back. This particular one is going to focus on activation of the front side of our core to kind of create more balance across our spine. So I like to use one of these power bands. You can use any kind of stretchy band. You're going to step into it, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to put the band across our upper pelvis, almost like above the middle of our butt. We're going to stand on the power band here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hip hinge, which is a whole nother lesson, but we're going to bring our chest forward, stick our butt out, and essentially what we're going to try to do here is we're going to pull our lower tummy into that band and just work on getting that pelvis to move while we're in this hip hinge. So it's just pulling up against that band, feeling the activation of the front of your core, and then relaxing by sticking the butt back out. Now this probably looks like something familiar, like a cat-cow, which is another really great exercise to get movement in that spine. I just like the addition of the power band, so you can really feel the activation of the front of your core as you push up into that band.